a Taiwanese person has broken a record. He single-handedly accomplished what the Taiwan 外交部 and 交通部观光署 were planning to do for the next 10 years, because he made the entire world, or at least Americans, recognize one word: Taiwan. This person is only 19 years old. Now, on the flip side, recently, another Taiwanese internet celebrity with over 1 million subscribers claimed that during his study in the US, nobody knew Taiwan, and therefore he could only introduce Taiwan using the term Chinese culture. And his statement infuriated a lot of Taiwanese people, who straight up accused him of being a CCP propaganda op. I believe this guy's perception might stem from one of the biggest shortcomings of Taiwanese people, because today I'm gonna show you just how famous Taiwan is in the United States.
Hold on to your butts.
So, 准备在爆米花, and if you ain't got none, link down below, son, cocking it. Because this episode is gonna be 满分代际多屌. Now, for our foreign audience, you might have no idea who this guy is. So let me give you the cliff notes. This is钟明轩, aka Big Star Kid. About 12 years ago, when he was 14 or 15 years old, he posted that video you just saw and shot to fame overnight. His unique singing style made him instantly recognizable, although many people teased the fuck out of him and gave him the nickname Tormented Brother.
OK， 我知道不好笑，但是我也没有让你们笑的意思哦。我今天的主题呢，就是男人为什么总是只出一张嘴呢？
Big Star King was among the first LGBTQ creators to emerge on Taiwan's YouTube scene. His unique style captured many hearts, including the ex-girlfriends and current wives of our Haojita team. And yet, despite his popularity, he faced a shit ton of ridicule from others simply because of the way he spoke.
现在就像要在那边等总统，我这样迎接他会没礼貌吗？嗨。
But his popularity in Taiwan never waned. He even collaborated with one of our own presidents, a testament to his incredible fame. Once staunchly pro-Taiwan, his image shifted in the past year when he began making videos about his China travels, highlighting what he considers China's advantages, like safety. This led many to accuse him of becoming a political propagandist for China.
我去美国的时候，那时候去游学，那在班上那时候老师让我们自我介绍，我就说我来自台湾。那其实我是一出国之后才发现，好多人不知道台湾，没有人知道 TAIWAN。我说台北101没有人知道，我说台积电没有人知道，我说 Bubble Milk Tea 他说哦他们知道，但他们不知道是 from Taiwan。因为现在美国至少在我的经验里面，大家也有时候也蛮不喜欢中国有一些少部分的人比较没水准，或者是中国政府也很叽歪，这样也越来越敌视中国，所以我个人会想要跟 Chinese 做切割，这是我个人的选择。那就麻烦这些后人创造出一个新的词汇，让大家认同，让大家使用这个词汇。那现在没有这个词汇被创造出来，我们就是用 Chinese culture 啊。目前讲或台湾，其实现在大家会想办法想用Taiwanese。那你讲Taiwanese，没有人叫Taiwanese，那你要怎么跟人家 introduce yourself？
Then just a few days ago, he went on a podcast and made a statement that angered many Taiwanese people. He claimed that when studying in New York, the locals he met did not know Taiwan at all, didn't know TSMC, didn't know Yidingi, and didn't even know Taiwan made bubble milk tea. Also, he couldn't find any English words to help him introduce Taiwanese culture, which resulted in him only using the term Chinese culture.
Really?
Now, that might sound kind of strange, as I just used the term Taiwanese culture in English. TSMC, Taipei Yidingi, and bubble milk tea are all big parts of Taiwanese culture. 但是其实明明英文不是他的母语啊，而且听得出来他没有讲得很标准啊。So maybe language ability just isn't his strong suit. So I guess it could be reasonable to assume that he doesn't really know the proper words to introduce Taiwanese culture. I mean, 我自己本身也不知道怎么用中文解释 Texas culture 啊。
I don't know, man.
Now,钟明轩, like many Taiwanese folks, he's probably allergic to English content without Chinese subtitles. Because for most folks, listening to English podcasts or watching English videos without a safety net ain't really an option. So naturally, poor Ken may be in the dark about Taiwan's global stardom. 但卖换了啦, because 接下来呢, I'm going to enlighten you about Taiwan's fame in the good old US of A. And it all stems from a 19-year-old whiz kid, Ray, who's doing such a bang-up job promoting Taiwan, 他应该要开发票给交通部观光署。等一下呢，代际多屌。
Well, here would be a big problem, right? Taiwan. Like if we impose the kind of sanctions that we've imposed on Russia, if China decides to invade Taiwan and the world stands up and the world imposes sanctions on China. How does that go?
Very ugly for the Chinese.
Joe Rogan, a face and voice that nearly everyone around the world has heard at least once. With a YouTube channel of nearly 20 million subscribers. Oh, and he also happens to be the largest podcaster in the world on Spotify. It would appear he's heard of Taiwan.
Luke here at the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel, and welcome to Taiwan. For the next 2 weeks, my family and I are going to be fishing for shrimp, hunting for jade, learning indigenous survival skills, getting up close with wildlife, wandering night markets, and eating too much food.
The Outdoor Boys, another YouTube travel channel with 14 million plus subscribers, who, check this, they just visited Taiwan a month ago, and this video has already exceeded 5 million views in less than 1 month. It seems they've heard of Taiwan.
In the summer of 1995, China sent a bunch of its troops to the province of Fujian. They then started testing missiles and putting it on TV. They then started running highly publicized combat exercises, very similar to what it would look like to cross this 130-kilometer wide strait to invade the island of Taiwan.
And then there's Johnny Harris, an award-winning journalist turned YouTuber with 6.5 million subscribers, discussing how China might attack Taiwan. This video has already exceeded 11 million views.
That Taiwan shit is tricky, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because Australia, you know, if China invades Taiwan, it's Australia and the US that gotta defend Taiwan. Now here's the thing, and we haven't had this discussion, we need to talk to y'all about this a little bit, but let's just be honest right now. How confident are we that we're gonna be able to know who's who, right? Like, that's a reasonable question, right? Once China touches land, it's gonna be the Spider-Man meme, like. Do you think you could tell a Taiwanese, bro? Just by looking at it, we need to learn that shit. Or come up with another strategy. I don't even want to tell y'all. I have a strategy. The second the war starts, we gotta tell every Taiwanese, listen, just for this period of time, open them up.
And then there's our good old friend Andrew Schultz, a very famous comedian who sells out arenas and has multiple Netflix specials, and just happens to be living in New York, the same New York where Big Star Ken has studied. Now this video is from Andrew's stand-up show in Australia, which has 4.5 million views on YouTube and an incredible 23 million views on YouTube Shorts.
Long live presidency, long live presidency. Whew. Uncle Roger's social credit score going up. Nice. And he's a nephew from Taiwan. Not a real country. Not a real. I hope one day you rejoin the motherland, one China.
Oh, and of course, Uncle Roger, who has YouTube Shorts exceeding 40 million views.
I told y'all niggas, y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all.
So you can see from travel to journalism, from podcast to comedy, the name Taiwan is known by a lot of people. But all of these absolutely pale in comparison to one Taiwanese person.
Oh my god, wait, hold on. Oh my god, that's my.
No, it's not.
Thank you, guy. I win this. Guy. Oh my god, this is Taiwan. No way!
This is Ray, and at only 19 years old, he has a very strong Taiwanese accent and barely even speaks English. And those 3 shorts you just saw back to back have a combined viewer count of 100 million.
What's your name? My name's Ray. Ray, yo, this is Ray, chat. W Ray. Everybody, look, we live right now. Look, everybody say hey. No. Yo, what's chat, up, chat. Yo, W. Oh, yes. Okay, I got you. Yeah, hey. Okay. Chill. No, it's okay, Ray. It's okay. It's okay.
And at 17, before even graduating high school, because he was a huge fan of the popular streamer cenat, Ray unexpectedly ran into him at a convenience store in Japan, and their friendship shot him into the stratosphere.
Ray, what's short saying? Oh, you, Ray. You, Ray. What is it? You, Ray. You, Ray. Crash out.
Oh, my bad.
You, Ray!
He even did a live stream with Kevin Hart. Their streams are funny as fuck, yo. I'm a big Ray fan. And fun fact, both Ray and cenat happen to live in New York.
Leave your hips where they're at. Lean forward.
Oh, why are you sticking your ass out like that, bro? Pause. Put that ass back in, boy.
All right, when you're ready, put the dot in the box, finger on the trigger.
Man, China.
Now, everyone who watches cenat knows one very important thing. Ray is Taiwanese, and he don't like China at all.
Wait. He don't know
doesn't speak Chinese.
Wait, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know?
He got to ask.
He's a transfer student, so he's been in America for a minute.
中国人鸡掰，夸小，看鸡掰夸小。
Yo, Ray, hold on. Relax, right? You just met him, bro. I know your ass. I know you from China.
Wait, who?
He hoop.
I'm the boss, bro. Hey, oh.
Real talk, Ray is one of the blackest Taiwanese folks I've ever seen. He is extremely 政治不正确, makes a lot of racist jokes, and says a lot of crazy shit. And I love watching his videos, man.
Yo, Kai.
Ray, call me, Ray, call me.
I bet.
Yo, Ray!
From YouTube Shorts to Instagram to even Facebook, my man is everywhere, and literally every video this fool puts out quickly surpasses 100 million views. And just recently, Ray broke a record.
Crazy Light Shorts test series. Test 2, people. Let's go. Climate cool technology. Climate cool technology.
Now, in case you haven't noticed, Ray speaks English with a very strong Taiwanese accent that a lot of Taiwanese people look down on. He also only has a basic level command of English. But in spite of all this, he became the first Taiwanese person in American history to star in an Adidas advertisement, making him the most famous Taiwanese nigga in America at only 19 years old. Holy moly. Now, when it comes to Taiwanese celebrities in the United States, especially in New York, who else do we have? Oh yeah, Wang Jianming, a former pitcher for the New York Yankees, who was really hot back in 2006. So when you say that Westerners you met while studying in New York didn't know Taiwan, that's almost impossible, yo. But there is one possibility. Perhaps Big Star Ken might not have encountered Americans during his New York study abroad. Maybe he only spoke to 1 or 2 locals.
That's crazy, man.
Now, having lived in Taiwan for so long, I've encountered my fair share of foreigners who've been here as long or even longer than I have, and they barely speak Mandarin or Taiwanese and only interact with Taiwanese people on a need-to basis. And they have zero interest in trying to learn about the culture or assimilate into society. They just want to stick with what they're familiar with. Now, you might think this sounds extreme, but actually this situation is more common than you think. And I believe there's a lot of people who know someone who went to study abroad in the US or Australia or in Europe, but only limited themselves to Chinatown or in Chinese-speaking communities and returned home with zero English improvement. In fact, I know a couple of them niggas myself.
You serious?
Now, I've seen my fair share of Iwan Bushiban in Taiwan, and the one thing that makes me sick to my stomach is how Taiwanese kids are shamed for their Taiwanese accents when speaking English. Shit, go back to our old school 好记者频道whenever we used to appear in the videos, and you can see a fuck ton of Lillian diss Nawi for the way he talks, especially when it came to his accent. The inferiority complex is strong as fuck here, yo. Oh, and by the way, if you're having this problem too, why don't you buy our 英文的课程, link down below.
Dollar bills, y'all.
To be able to be like Ray, using his native Taiwanese accent that has been mocked for years in local education, speaking just a few limited words, live streaming with the world's most famous streamer, speaking street English, and interacting live on camera with the entire state's going hardcore stan on him, I think it's safe to say that Ray is straight up the Bruce Lee of streaming, yo. But that's just me. What do you guys think? Are you a fan of Ray? Cause you better be. But more importantly, do you worry about your Taiwanese accent whenever you're speaking English? And do you avoid native English speakers like the plague whenever you go abroad? And do you really know how famous Taiwan is in the United States? Leave your civilized comment down below. Get your bao mi hua with a 5% discount code in the link down below, and I will see you on the flip side. Peace!